Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? I was sitting playing World of Warcraft. I was on TeamSpeak with friends when I overhear one of the guy's wife in the background talking loudly on the phone. Making conversation, I ask who she is talking to. Turns out she's talking to her very pretty friend who I've met a couple of times before, at the local Comic-Con, or similar event. They are talking about her recent breakup and how she's getting extremely frustrated trying to find normal human being on Tinder. My friend's wife, overhearing my friend explaining this to me, gets the bright idea to suggest a date with me as she knew I always had a crush on her. A week later we go to get sushi and see Suicide Squad. We've been together almost a year and she has just moved in. I'm a 6 with a wind behind it. She's a solid 10. This isn't really relevant to the story, I just like telling anyone that will listen. I met my so on one of the slightly less awful gay dating apps. We started talking and had a real genuine conversation and not one dick pic was ever sent. After about a month, it was over Christmas and we both had prior commitments and heavy workloads, of non-stop messages. We went on a date. I got there half an hour late. When I arrived, we went for a greeting hug and I somehow punched him in the stomach by mistake. I also at one point, genuinely by mistake cause I'm clumsy as fuck, copped a feel. I was terrified, shaking, stuttering, sweating, the works. But I told him I was nervous and he was amazing. He just had this really calming presence and very quickly I was completely comfortable with this stranger. He's the most uncomplicated man I've ever met. A lot later he told me he was ASD, but it took me a while to battle my neurosis and figure him out for myself. Who says exactly what they're thinking? Like what kind of game is that? He does, and will continue to take the piss out of me for punching him though. Sometimes I'll go in for a cuddle and he'll just back away and shout please don't hit me again. Onlookers must have a terrible opinion of me lol. I am going to die alone. I didn't. She literally found me. She saw me at a party and stalked me down knowing I was too socially awkward to do anything. Should probably ask how they met their partner. Women and gay men are introverts too, you know. I think my story is pretty sweet. A band I liked was playing in a park and the tickets were really expensive, so I decided I'd go sit in the park outside the venue and listen from there. I just moved and didn't know anyone, so I almost didn't go. Turns out my also introvert girlfriend was in exactly the same situation. She'd also just moved and wanted to hear the band but couldn't afford tickets. About halfway through the support band, this super cute girl came walking out of some trees, came over and said there's a wall around here and if you climb it you can see the band really well. I followed her, climbed the wall, got a great view, we drank beer and danced all night and now we've been together for almost 5 years. I often think of how I almost didn't go and how she almost didn't come over to speak to me. I find it really motivating because you really do never know when something life-changing might be about to happen. At a friend's house a girl came up to me and asked, "Do I know you?" It wasn't a chat-up line but a serious question as she'd seen me around college and I lived with someone on her course. Chatted for a bit and that was it. A few days later asked my mate if she'd said anything about that evening. He came back from class with her phone number. That was 18 years ago, now we're married with kids. She was my neighbor and we lived on a boarding school campus. Met my boyfriend playing D&D online. I'm 16, I got kicked from a group chat and messaged the girl who kicked me saying feels bad man, and now we've been dating for nearly 5 months. After being tired of seeing all the I wanna go partying and hiking every day, if you don't go to the gym or do lots of activities don't bother. Extroverted people on Tinder. As a chronically ill introverted person, I just thought hey, all the low energy introverts hang out on Tumblr. Maybe I should look there. There was a blog where you could submit selfies and a little about yourself, specifically for lesbians. She liked the post and I checked out her blog. Found out she lives near me and we're studying the same degree. After we messaged and met in one of the lectures, I realized I had seen her before once and wondered if she's gay. We're together for 5 months now. I faked confidence and moved in for a kiss too. She wasn't game. But apparently a switch was flicked inside her head because she caught feels hard. Hashtag alpha mode initiated. Nah, serious though, I'm confident, I just find people draining. You still get that anxiety and adrenaline with a new girl, you just got to power through. Then you're smashing your bits together and you're both thinking this feels pretty neat, maybe we should do this again. I'm very if not extremely introverted, which may also be due to my struggle with mental illness and my now girlfriend and I basically met through a mutual friend of ours, after which we kept talking for a bunch until she basically just took me. It might not seem special but it's our story. That's so sweet. I'm the introvert here and of the female variety. I usually meet my BFs at my besties parties. First BF was super tall, I'm 5, and everyone was talking about our height difference. I end up standing on top of a chili bin, esky, dunno what you call it in Murica, and all of a sudden he stands in front of me and kisses me. Ended up with him for around 6 months. Met the only guy I have actually been deeply in love with 2+ years ago. I was all shy in the corner sipping on a drink. Lots of new people there this time, so I didn't feel that comfortable. Saw a cute guy in the kitchen doing shots, so went to get another drink and he poured it for me and we started talking. I ride motorbikes and so does his dad, so we started talking about that, then everyone headed into town. We start dancing at the bar and he puts his arms around me, suddenly some drama goes down with my mate and her BF, so I go after her to make sure she's okay. So I drag him around town looking for her and suddenly he puts me up against the wall and kisses me. Best kisser ever. But I still gotta find my friend so we carry on. Eventually find my mate, she's okay, and we all grab some more drinks. It's too much for the guy and he throws up in the bar all over my mate's shoes and mine, which I was borrowing from her, so her puked on both her shoes. No one else has noticed, so us girls go to wash off our shoes and decide to go home. After sleeping on my mate's couch we wake up and go to his place and break his bed. Yeah, Hamilton girls are kinda sluts. But totally worth it. We're both introverts, but let's get to it. I was at my friend's dorm, just chilling in his bed, when he gets on League with a few friends and was talking to them through Discord. I was pretty nosy and took an earbud from him. I started talking to them and soon our mutual friend told both of them to add me on Snapchat. One of them, David, started sending me pics of his cats, and I sent him pics of mine. We keep messaging back and forth for a few weeks. He was super sweet, and still is lol. He decided to visit me and our mutual friend at school, which is 2.5 hours from his. We all go out to eat a few times that weekend. We really hit it off that weekend. He slept over at my friend's dorm Friday, and I stayed over with them until 4 in the morning. After he leaves he asks me if I want to go on a date, which would be the next weekend. I said yes, of course, and the date went pretty well. We've been together for 3 weeks already. We're both glad we're from the same city, so now that we're back home, it's only a 20-minute drive from one another rather than 2.5 hours. I've met his parents already and couldn't be happier.